Today I'll show you how to make the softest, fluffiest, incredible Shokupan. Watch out, you might get hooked. Hi, I'm Suna and I'm a food geek. So Shokupan is a type of incredibly fluffy Japanese bread. It's a Western style bread but was introduced in Japan by an English baker in the 1890s and today is considered the most important bread in Japan. There are two kinds of Shokupan loaves. The first is called kaku, which is square shaped and baked in a Pullman pan. The second is called yama, meaning mountain, and the top part of the bread forms peaks. I'll be showing you how to bake a yama loaf today, but the same dough can be used to make a kaku bread in a Pullman tin. So if you want to make that, there are details about that in the written recipe on my website. The link is in the description. The bread itself is known by many names: Hokkaido milk bread, Japanese milk bread, Asian milk bread, pai bao, and tangzhong milk bread. A few notes on the dough. The flour choice is 100% bread flour. The dough is enriched using egg, sugar, and heavy cream. We add skim milk powder for superior browning, and the amount of salt is 2%, although 3% suits this loaf. The dough is leavened using instant yeast, and most importantly, the dough is supported by a tangzhong, a roux from cooked flour and milk. This helps get that superior fluffy texture, but also helps give the bread a much longer shelf life, since the tangzhong encapsulates moisture inside of the flour cells. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider joining my Patreon. You can also buy some merch, use the super thanks, or use the links in the description for tools and ingredients. Those were the words. This is the recipe.
There's a link in the description to the recipe on my website. First, we make the tangzhong. To a microwave-safe bowl, add 20 grams or 3 tablespoons of bread flour, 100 grams or 2/5 cup of milk. Mix it so the flour is completely dispersed. Microwave it on full until the mixture is 65 degrees Celsius, 150 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Then mix it until it resembles a custard. Leave it to cool to at least 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. While it's cooling, mix 1 egg with a fork. Once the tangzhongs come down in temperature, it's time to mix the dough. To a medium bowl, add 280 grams or 2 1/4 cups of bread flour, 40 grams or 10 teaspoons of sugar, 15 grams or 2 tablespoons of skim milk powder, 6 grams or 1 teaspoon of table salt, 7 grams or 1 sachet of instant yeast. Distribute everything evenly with your hands. Then add the entire tangzhong, 25 grams or 5 teaspoons of mixed egg, 100 grams or 2/5 cup of heavy cream. Mix with your hand until you can't mix it anymore. Then move the dough to the table and knead the flour into it. When the dough is nice and supple, move it to a bowl and let it rise somewhere warm until doubled. Once it's grown, it's time to shape the dough. Measure the dough and divide it into 4 equally sized pieces. First, shape each piece into a ball by doing this. Pull the sides in towards the middle, turning the ball around. Keep going until it's a taut ball. Then put the ball down on the table and move it in circles over the unfloured table with your hand in a claw shape. Your palm should be touching the top of the ball. Keep moving until the ball is round. Shape the other 3 pieces the same way. And grab a ball and roll it out into an oval shape using a rolling pin. Then roll it up tightly. Then roll it out again the long way. Make it as thin as possible. Then roll it up tightly. The width should be about 10 centimeters, 4 inches. Shape the other 3 dough balls the same way. And grab a small Pullman pan. The size is about 23 centimeters by 10 centimeters, 9 by 4 inches. Spray it with baking spray. Put the 4 logs into the pan. And cover it with cling film. Put it somewhere warm to rise until doubled. Once your dough is almost ready, heat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix 1 tablespoon of milk into the reserved egg. Brush it on carefully. Put the pan in the oven and bake for 30 minutes. Then check the internal temperature. You should aim for a temperature of 90 degrees Celsius, 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Mine needed to bake for about 5 minutes more. After baking the bread, take it out of the oven, take it out of the pan and let it cool on a wire rack. I'm sure you're wondering what the crumb looks like, so let me show you. Alright, I'll show you 2 ways you can use your freshly baked Shokupan, a Japanese egg salad sandwich, and French toast. This bread is made for French toast, seriously. First you should boil the eggs. Put about 1 centimeter, 2/5 of an inch of water in the pan. Bring the water to a boil. Carefully put 3 large eggs in the water. Put the lid on and set your timer for 9 minutes. Then take the eggs out and submerge them in cold water to stop the cooking. Once they're at room temperature, proceed with making the salad. Put 2 of the eggs into a small bowl, cut them roughly with a fork, then mash the bejesus out of them. Then add a tablespoon of finely chopped scallions, or maybe spring onions. I guess it depends on where you're from. These guys. Then mix a tablespoon of QP mayo with half a teaspoon of milk. Add it to the salad and mix it all together. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Alright, we're almost ready to assemble. To a small bowl add 1 tablespoon of softened butter, 1 tablespoon of Kewpie mayo, 1 teaspoon of Karashi mustard. Mix until it's completely homogeneous. As I have not been able to find Karashi mustard in Denmark, I added some wasabi powder and used Dijon mustard. Not totally authentic, but you gotta get by with what you can get. And grab 4 slices of Shokupan, smear them with the mayo butter mixture, grab the remaining egg and cut it in half, place on the middle of the bread. Then put the egg salad on top of both of the eggs. Top with the other 2 slices of bread. Easy, huh? Okay, time to make French toast. In a bowl or measuring cup, combine 2.5 deciliters or 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix it until the eggs are completely broken up. Then pour the mixture into a shallow pan. Add 4 pieces of Shokupan, swish them around a bit, and then turn them over. Take them all out and put them on a wire rack to drip off a bit. Heat a pan to medium-high. Melt a good knob of butter. Fry them for about 5 minutes on each side or until they're golden brown and crispy. Remove them from the pan and serve immediately. Okay, I put this all together in picture format for you. Are you ready?
Sugoi ni, as they say in Japanese. That egg salad sandwich is just next level. Seriously, you have to try it. The bread is the perfect white bread. It's great for sandwiches, for toasting, or just plain snacking. It's super versatile. If you made it this far in the video, start to comment with milk bread and I will answer your comment or question first. I hope you learned something today. See you next time.